welcome or welcome back to the channel. We are back with Goal Digger Diaries season 1 episode 3, and this video I'm just giving y'all an update on my first 2 weeks of the job, what it was like for me, whether I like it or not, etc, etc. So stay tuned. So the kids' first week back was not a full 5-day week. It was a 3-day, so they went back on a Wednesday. That was my first day of work. What I was told by who hired me was that Monday, Tuesday was gonna be my training or orientation type thing. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went up there on Monday, and long story short, no one knew what was going on. No one knew who I was supposed to be talking with, who I was supposed to be seeing, what I was supposed to be doing. No one knew. Not sure if he was like just mistaken or just telling me that. I don't know, but that was false. I ended up sitting up there for an hour and a half for absolutely no reason, and they told me, I guess just leave your name and number and we'll have so-and-so who I was supposed to be reporting to call you back or whatever. And I was already so mad because it's like, I don't like my time being wasted. Strike one. Strike two is the miscommunication. Definitely had a little mental breakdown, but then my supervisor called me. She apologized on his behalf because that was not the right information and I wasted my time or whatever. So I asked her, I'm like, okay, so do we not get an orientation training or anything like that? She was like, no, substitute teachers don't. You start Wednesday, the first day of the school for the kids. We give you your badge and your parking pass and that's it. Y'all don't get training or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's strike three at this point, because I understand like a substitute teacher doesn't have to be told like XYZ, but it's like, I don't know where nothing is at the school. I've never stepped foot in this school ever. It's huge. It's just like, I was expecting at least a tour. She gave me a parking pass my first day of work. So my first day of work, I was parked in the wrong spot. For days after that, I was parking wrong still because they never told me where the parking spot was. And there's more than 900 parking spots at that school. So more on that later. Stuff being unorganized, miscommunication, and me being unprepared for a job are like my 3 biggest pet peeves when it comes to the workplace. And it's like all 3 of those things I just named, me, just like hit me upside my head, and I just did not know how to deal with it. Oh my god, it was so hard for me the first week, y'all. I broke down like 3 or 4 times, literally. Like by the time I went in there on Wednesday, my excitement for the new job just completely dwindled. It was just bad. So I went in there and I ended up substituting for a teacher's assistant, and teacher's assistants, they stay with the same teacher all day, every day, all year. So she was with the same class all day. Cool, that was fine. But they were like, okay, Alexis, you're gonna be subbing for so-and-so. She's a teacher assistant with XYZ. She's with the LSP students in G145. I don't know what LSP means, and I don't know where room G145 is either. This is the first day, y'all. So I asked, okay, so where can I find G145 at? Never been to the school, never stepped foot in the school before. Of course, you know how people directions be, oh, it's super easy. Just go down this hall to the left, go down the stairs, make a right, it'll be on your left side down the hallway. Like, that was so helpful, ma'am. I had to ask multiple teachers where I was gonna find that room at, and I found it. And come to find out, LSP is special education, basically. So outside of me struggling to find a room, it was fine because I was with the same teacher all day. And let me tell y'all, this school that I sub at is so big. Like, it's easily the biggest high school I ever walked foot in. It's 4 stories, okay, and they got wings, right? So they don't have just north, south, east, west wing or A wing or B wing. No, they have wing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Y'all, there's 3 gyms, 2 pools. And I was just overwhelmed because it's like, this is huge. Y'all want me to find these rooms so easily. It's crazy. So first day wasn't that bad, but y'all, the second day, Thursday, again, knocked upside my head. Not literally, but just with like overwhelmed. So what my job is, I'm a substitute, but I'm a substitute for the building. I'm there Monday through Friday. And I asked in my interview, I'm like, so what would my day-to-day look like as a dedicated building substitute Monday through Friday, especially when all the teachers are in attendance? I was told that, oh, we'll always keep you busy, there'll always be something for you to do. That is false, okay? Second day of school, all the teachers were in attendance and so were the teachers' assistants. So they were just putting me in random classes because they didn't have nothing else for me to do. Mind y'all, these teachers didn't need no assistant, okay? Because either they don't have a TA anyway, or their teacher's assistant is already in the room. On top of me walking in late because I can't find a room, I'm walking in and teacher's like, okay, why are you here? Like, are you sure you were supposed to be put here? So like, they were just confused. I was experiencing that literally all day. At one point in the day, she told me just go back with the LSP student. Fine. Went back there. Y'all, there was 5 adults in that room. So it was me, the teacher, her teacher assistant that showed up the next day that I subbed for the previous day. There was another sub in there for some odd reason. And then there was another TA in there, but the other TA stays with one student all day because she has Down syndrome. So there was 5 of us in there. The teacher let me stay, but at the end of the period, she was like, I really don't need another adult in here. Like, I'm fully staffed, I already got 4. So sorry, but you can let Miss So-and-so know I don't need any more help. Fine. I couldn't even be mad at that because I agreed. I'm like, I'm just sitting here, have no purpose at all. No. The feeling of uselessness was literally taking over me. Like, I was getting so anxious, frustrated. So at this point, I'm reconsidering a job already on the second day because it's like, I do not want to feel like this all day, every day at work. So that second day, I ended up leaving at 12:30 because they didn't have nothing else for me to do. So they literally were like, you can go home or just continue doing what you're doing. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. So I got home and had another mental breakdown. So that was number 3 of the week, and I was on the second day of work. So third day, Friday, I'm like, you know what? Let me problem solve. Let me take initiative because these people are not helpful. Every time you ask a question, they treat you like you are less than, inferior, stupid. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up 30 minutes earlier. I'm going to find my parking spot because I still hadn't found it on the third day. And I'm gonna draw myself a map for this school. So I stopped getting lost. Fast forward, I didn't find my parking spot till probably Monday or Tuesday morning the next week. Come to find out, I was coming in on the wrong side, on the wrong wing, and there was no way to get to my parking spot from the wing I was entering in. So I had to relearn a whole nother route to get to the school just so I can park in the correct spot every morning. Yeah. I know the school much better at this point. I'm filming this going into my 4th week of working. I do not get lost as much. My third day, they put me with skills students. That's basically the kids that are flunking out of school or very close to that. They really didn't have a lot of work to do on the first week of school, and there was also 2 other adults in that room as well. But at this point, I was like, you know what, whatever. If they placed me in a room with 7 other teachers, like, it just is what it is at this point. We ended up just talking with the students because they didn't have much work to do. Y'all, they are hilarious. They was up in there talking about who cheating on who getting fingered at the movie theater. But I did have my teacher instincts kick in. I was like, okay, we're gonna change the conversation because this is inappropriate. But yeah, I ended up staying probably 3 more periods, probably took a lunch, and I ended up leaving early. My first week, I just realized that I'm so resistant to change. I don't like change. That's how I ended up staying at Target as long as I did, because I get comfortable at a job and I'm like, okay, fine, like, this is what I'm gonna do. So I feel like I had to get uncomfortable in order for me to take another path and leave retail. It's really hard for me to operate in chaos in a job where I feel unprepared, and I have to deal with all of that at this job. There's days that I have nothing to do. I have no teacher or TA to sub for, and they're still required to pay me for the day. So I'll go to the lounge. The lounge is really nice. They got the flat screen TV on there, Netflix, couches, and all that. So I do some of that sometimes if I want. I've read 2 books by now. Sometimes if I have footage to edit, I will bring my iPad and I'll do some editing. And most days I can leave early if I don't have anything to do, but that does not affect my pay. So if I know for a fact I don't have nothing to do by, I say 1 o'clock, I will leave work. And that's really smooth because I really don't get off till 2:30, but I could leave at 12:30 if I don't have nothing else to do. That is a plus of the job. All the downtime. What I just don't like is just the inconsistency of coming into work and not knowing any idea of what I'm about to be doing for the day. Every day is different, and there's pros and cons to that. But the second week was much better. They actually had schedules and assignments for me to do every single day. I was subbing for somebody every day. I didn't have much downtime second week, and I was leaving at 2:30 every day. Some people hear that you're a substitute for a high school and they automatically think you going through hell and they putting you through the ringer and all that. I don't know if it's the grade or the school or the area, but these kids are not bad behaved, like at all. I have not had huge behavioral issues with these kids so far, and I've been there a month. I am super grateful for that. So I'm definitely liking it more now that I've accepted pretty much how this job is gonna be. Like, I've accepted that some days I'm not gonna have anything to do and I have to fill my time. Cool. I've accepted that some days I'm gonna be subbing for a teacher that has 3 classes or versus a teacher that has 6. Sometimes I'll be subbing for a teacher's assistant and the teacher may not need assistance at all. Some days I'll have to do that, just sit in class and not really be of assistance because they don't need it. Fine. By the 3rd week, it got much better. I'm going into my 4th week now and I'm feeling much better about it. So that is a plus. But y'all, it is only September, so I got a long way to go till May, but I think I will be fine. So thank y'all for tuning in. If you made it this far about my updates on my new job, comment if you want, like if you liked it, definitely subscribe though, and I'll see y'all in the next one.